Hey guys, it's Steven, the man with the mustache. We are back 4 years later, doing yet another pickup install. Can you believe it's been 4 years since our last pickup install? It's felt like yesterday actually. It's like Avengers, you know how they have the 5-year blip? Well, that's what it's like. It's like a blip. Where did the time go? However, last time we installed the Jake Bowen signature Titan pickups by Dimarzio into this RGA 42 FM Ibanez. And 4 years later, we are back and we're doing yet another install of the Jake Bowen Mirage pickups. His new pickups. We got the humbucker and the bridge and the neck pickup by Dimarzio, of course. So very excited and very interesting. And the test subject for this project is this beautiful Ormsby SX GTR Run 3. It's an absolutely beautiful guitar. Tropical blue, I think, is the finish, but it's very nice. Look at that neck joint. Mate, Ormsby makes some beautiful guitars. They're absolutely phenomenal. On this guitar, you've got push-pulls, Hipshot bridge, stainless steel frets, 29 playable frets. Check that out. Obviously, multi-scale, Hipshot locking tuners, beautiful satin neck. It's absolutely amazing. So, you're probably thinking, why do I want to butcher this guitar? Well, I'll give you a little bit of backstory. I think I just enjoy the humbucker configuration, the neck and bridge. As you can tell, I've got lots of Ormsby guitars. I love them. I've got the Hype 6 string on my right and the Hype 7 string on my left, and they're pretty much similar specs to this guitar, but they've got the bridge and neck humbucker configuration. They've got a nunchucker in the bridge and a creme de la creme in the neck. However, this guitar has a nunchucker in the bridge and a old school rock single coil pickup in the neck. You're probably wondering, why do I want to change it? Well, when I play this guitar, the nunchuck is a very hot pickup, all right? It's got lots of gain, great tone. But then when you want some juicy, high gain solos and you switch over to the neck pickup, it just doesn't have the output and it doesn't quite match. It just feels like a little bit of soul's being sucked out of it. So I don't play enough music that requires me to have a single coil pickup. And I was honestly going to sell this guitar. I was up on Facebook Marketplace for a little while and I was hoping to sell it, but Dimarzio came out with an announcement saying that they were going to release a new signature series of Jake Bowen pickups with this same humbucker and single coil configuration. You basically get the output of a humbucker in a single coil configuration, which is absolutely awesome. And hopefully I get the same tone that I get out of my Ibanez with the Titan pickups, which I think they're voiced very similarly. Is that a word? Similarly? I don't know. We're going to get into the install, but one little problem. You see, this is F-space standard scale humbucker. This guitar is a multi-scale, right? 27.5 on the fat boys and 25.5 on the skinny boys down here. So the pickup's slanted. This pickup is not slanted. So what I did, I've watched some videos on YouTube. I'll link the videos that I've watched to help me with this install in the description below. But Ormsby sell base plates, which is great. But basically, having the base plate means I don't have to butcher this pickup to take everything apart. I can just build everything on that base plate and hopefully get it to fit in this guitar. So it might be a bit of a Frankenstein's monster by the end of it, but we'll do everything it takes to get that pickup in this guitar. So last time I did a pickup install, people were said I didn't explain myself enough and didn't explain the process enough of the pickup install. Now, full disclosure, I'm not an engineer of any sort. I'm not much of a handyman myself, but I do like a good project. I may not be able to articulate everything I do. It might be a lot of guesswork, so the process might not be very thorough, but I'll try my best to make sure that you guys understand what's going on. And if you want to do a similar project, that you can come out successful on the other side. So enough talking, let's get into it. And let's do the install. We'll have a litlittle tone comparison at the end, the before and after. They're not similar pickups by any means, but it will give us a baseline sort of test to see where we were and where we're going with the new pickups. So without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys, this is Future Steve taking some time out of this video to let you know that we encountered some problems. Now, I'm not going to spoil too much. You're just going to have to keep watching. But I just want to thank a few people because without them, we wouldn't have been able to finish this video. We wouldn't have been able to complete this awesome guitar setup. So first and foremost, I'd like to thank Ormsby Guitars, especially Perry Ormsby and Rich from the sales team. Thank you so much. And also Dimarzio, who I reached out to. They helped out too. And Banjo Mike, who I reached out to as well. Banjo Mike is who I bought the pickups off, so go check out his eBay store. Thanks guys. Also, while making this video, I had to take a little bit of a break and head to Nashville, USA for a work trip. But while I was over there, guess who was playing? That's right, Periphery. I got to check them out for the first time and they are absolutely phenomenal. I bought this t-shirt and I actually scored one of their set lists too. It's pretty cool. It has all the tracks, has all the tunings for their guitars, the guitar changes too, which is pretty interesting. But what an awesome opportunity, and yeah, definitely tick that off the bucket list. I finally got to see Periphery live. Anyway, back to the video. Here we are on the operating table, and we've got our guitar, we've got our new pickups, and upon opening the pickups, they're actually quite heavy and they look great, but the only drawback is that they are different colors. Yes, they're whites, but they're slightly, the colors don't really match, but Dimarzio, please fix that. We've got our Ormsby base plate, which I assume we're going to be drilling into as well. So we're going to be cutting off these strings, opening it up, taking out the old pickups, and see what's on the inside. Let's go. All right, the strings are coming out. That's the beauty of lock-in tuners. You don't even need to cut anything. You just pull them straight out. Look at this. I'm going to leave one string on because last time I left one string on as well, and it just helped for testing. We had a grounding issue, which I had a lot of trouble with, so I just kept the string on there to just test. And basically, this is your optimal Djent setup, really. You just basically want one string on there anyway, so handy tip. We have the back of the guitar open, and look how clean that is. That is a clean cavity right there. We've got our soldering iron heating up. I'm just going to desolder anything that's connected to the pickups. These internal wires connected to the pots, to the switch, etc. We're going to leave those. We're going to refer back to the diagram to see if we need them. So we've just desoldered these wires. Just a handy tip if you're doing this at home, this is a new soldering iron. It's a process called tinning, right? I couldn't get these solders off. I had to use a little bit of new solder to jumpstart the old solders to get basically heat them up to get them off. You want to tin your tip of your soldering iron with solder, just basically so it doesn't oxidize. Good handy tip, look up tinning. So we've taken the pickups out of the guitar. As you can see, this is the single coil without the cover on it. And this is obviously the bridge pickup. And this is what it looks like behind. So this one has foam on it, which we might need to take off to raise the single coil pickup when we put it back in the neck cavity. But this is what I love. Check this out. This one has foam already on the body of the guitar in the wood. So you can see the foam there. Sometimes they stick the foam directly on the pickup like you saw on the single coil pickup. It requires you to peel that foam off and then maybe tear it and have to replace it, but it just makes things a little bit easier. So I've just taken the screws out of the pickup as we dismantle it. It is coated in wax, and that's usually what you'll see on some pickups, or hot glue or something. And I'm just going to take off this tape now. I'm going to try and save this tape because this stuff's hard to get here in Australia. So I'm going to peel that off and try and get these bobbins out. There's some glue right here holding the bobbins together. I'm probably going to have to use the Allen key that came with it to unscrew the pole pieces, and that'll help get this base plate off. And then we'll go from there and see what we can do. We have to try to separate these bobbins. And once we've separated the bobbins, we can then move it into the position where we want it, and hopefully fit it on our base plate without having to drill any holes. But I'm guessing we have to drill some holes because this one has 6 holes, this one has 12 holes. So we've opened it up, and this is what you get. Basically, a bunch of magnets. There were these spaces in there as well, they've fallen out. And a lot of glue and wax, so we'll navigate through that. See if we can get these magnets off with the glue and see how we go. And lots of wax everywhere, but we've unscrewed the magnets from the bobbins there. Just need to desolder this. I don't know if you can see the wire, the ground wires on the base plate. I think it's the ground wire. We're just going to desolder that, and then we should be free to try and put it on the other base plate. Just basically split these, the glue is off. Yeah, so it's pretty much ready to try and put onto the next base plate. Basically, they line up perfectly with the 6 holes that were originally drilled there and the 4 screw holes as well. So I think we're going to use this as a guide to then make markings on the top of the base plate to make our screw holes for the other pole pieces. So this might work out pretty well. So what I've done, I've put the magnets there to get spacing of where the holes are going to go for the top 6. And we're going to drill 6 holes into here, and hopefully it all lines up perfectly and we've got a nice looking slanted pickup, multi-scale pickup. I'm pretty proud of myself on this one. So basically I found a cork sanding block. I've put the screws in the opposite direction to basically fasten it into place. And so I've got 6 guide holes there that I've just drilled into. Now I've just got to work out how to get all the shavings off the magnets. So the magnet from inside the pickup has snapped. This is very unfortunate. Now there's a couple of things we can do. We can give up, or we can still put them in the pickup, but ultimately they're resisting each other. When you break a magnet, it turns into 2 different magnets. We're gonna push on, put it in, see how it sounds. I mean, it might be a pretty good mistake, who knows? But we'll find out. So I'm just gonna pop it in with a little bit of a gap. Some people say to super glue it, but I feel like because they're 2 different magnets, they want to repel each other. I'm gonna leave a little gap and just see what happens. All right, so it's all been put together. We're about to wrap it up with the tape, but we just need to solder this little wire to the corner here. So I've scuffed up the edge so the solder will stick, and it'll be ready to go into the guitar. We can start wiring up the guitar. It's all wrapped up and it's looking pretty good. All right, to make this base plate fit, I did have to drill the holes a little bit bigger. Now I didn't go up a drill bit size. All I did was take the original drill bit and just go around the edges a little bit to widen those holes just to make it fit. So it all got in there in the end. It's all set up. We've got the pickups in and it's looking pretty good. I reckon the white looks awesome. So time to wire this bad boy up. So a broken magnet isn't really ideal, but I still pushed on. I put the magnet back in the pickup, installed the pickup into the guitar, and it kind of worked, but there just wasn't that much gain. So obviously the magnet is broken, so therefore the magnetic field isn't as strong and it's not producing as much gain or signal that it should be if the magnet wasn't broken. But this is why I like doing these things, because when you have a problem, it creates an opportunity to learn. And I tell you what, I know so much about magnets now, it's not funny. So I did thank Ormsby Guitars earlier, and this is why. They were able to find a pretty much identical size magnet that would fit in this pickup. Do you know how many size magnets there are on the internet? It is not funny. It took me so long to find something that would fit. I do think this was a bit of a blessing in disguise, because this magnet fits the pickup a little bit better now. Because we've changed the dimensions of the pickup is actually a little bit longer than it actually was. Because of the slanted design, you can see the length has changed. Obviously, Ormsby use multi-scale pickups, so they have a lot longer magnets. This magnet fits a lot better, so we're gonna get into it and install the magnet and install the pickup in the guitar, and hopefully we get a successful result. So we've soldered the ground wire onto the base plate, put the tape back on, the new magnet's in there, and we're ready to pop it into the guitar. Round 2, let's go. All right, we're all rewired, pickups are in. Let's go test it out. All right, moment of truth. Did it work? Drum roll. Absolutely not. So at this point in time, I am very frustrated. We've wired the guitar up. I've got plenty of burns on my hands from the soldering iron because, let's be honest, I'm not a professional, I'm a hack, and I'm really doubting myself at this point. So from struggling to actually find the pickups, to getting the pickups and trying to fit them to a new backing plate to make them fit in a multi-scale guitar, breaking a magnet, searching the internet to find a magnet that would fit in this pickup. My bad ability to read a wiring diagram, yeah, it's been tough. But I took a break, step away from it. Now it's important to take breaks, or else you're just gonna get too frustrated and you're not gonna get anything done. So I went back to the drawing board. What went wrong? Let's just start again, because the soldering was messy. I used the wrong wire. I bought this 22 AGW wire from Amazon. Solid core wire. Do not use solid core wire. Solid core means that it just has one strand of wire running through the plastic. What you want is stranded wire right here. The stranded wire has many little wires running through it, and it's just a lot easier to deal with. So it's important to have the right tools for the job. So I went down to the local electric store and I bought a bunch of supplies to redo this. So I started again, hoping for a better result. Now, I guess you're just gonna have to stay tuned to see if we actually got there. Back to the setup. Well, I make the mistakes so you don't have to. We're all here to learn a thing or two. And I'm glad I did start again, because this setup was a lot cleaner and a lot smoother. I just took my time and planned it a little bit better. It's important to take your time. Don't rush, because guitars are very delicate instruments, and if you make a mistake, it can be very costly in time, money, and parts. Trust me, I learned the hard way. Last time round, I had my wires crossed. Literally. Turns out the output jack, I have a barrel output jack, has 3 prongs on it, and I had the wires the wrong way around. I confused the tip with the ring, and that was the issue. After reviewing some footage, I realized what I did wrong, and I rectified it this time, and I think we got it working. So let's get the guitar cleaned up, let's get it restrung, and let's see if it works. All right, we've just given the guitar a bit of a cleanup. We've put the back cover on the back. We've just given it a polish, applied some lemon oil on the fretboard, which works absolute wonders. We use the Dunlop gear, the maintenance gear here, and we are going to give it a restring. So we're going to use NYXL, the Dario NYXL. I've got the 10 to 52 set, and we're going to replace the 52 with a 56, just to go a bit lower to play some of those low boys. Well, thank goodness for locking tuners, because it makes restringing so easy. We're all restrung and ready to tune this bad boy, and we finally get to play it. All right, here it is, the Ormsby SX GTR Run 3 with Dimarzio Mirage pickups installed. The moment we've all been waiting for. Does it work? How does it sound? Well, the moment of truth is right here. Yes, it does work. What an absolute relief, and what a journey it has been. I am so relieved and I'm so happy. This thing sounds absolutely phenomenal. Sounds amazing. Sounds just like the Titan pickups, if not better, because they're whites. I don't know if that makes a difference, but I'm just absolutely ecstatic. I'm proud of myself. It's been a bit of a journey to get here, but nevertheless, we have a successful guitar build, a customized Ormsby multi-scale guitar with a custom multi-scale pickup, retrofitted to fit in this guitar. And we have the matching single coil track to go with it. And I couldn't be happier. This is absolutely, incredible. Looks good, sounds good, couldn't be happier. Look guys, thanks for tuning in. It's been a long journey. Thanks for sticking it out. We also have the tone comparisons after this as well, so stay tuned for that, just so you can get an A-B comparison of before and after, and you can get a better idea of how the Mirage pickups sound in this beautiful guitar. And also later, I'm probably going to do a comparison between the Titan bridge and the Mirage bridge as well, so stay tuned for that video too. They're going to be 2 different guitars. It's going to be my Ibanez RG and my Ormsby SX. We're going to do a little shootout and do a little bit of a comparison just to see how they sound, to give you guys more information. And if you're looking at buying pickups or customizing a guitar, we can just point you in a better direction. So once again, thanks for watching. I'm Steven, the man with the mustache. Hope you enjoyed this install. It's been a wild one, and I'll catch you next time. Well, that wraps up the comparison. Let us know what you thought of the Mirage pickups in the comments below. Personally, I really like them. They're similar to the Titan pickups, with lots of game and plenty of clarity, and that's what I'm after. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for any future content. And once again, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.